Hello everybody, today I'm reviewing Edgar Wright's new film, Last Night in Soho. Last Night in Soho is the story of Eloise who moves to London to study fashion. She moves into a house, and in that house, every night, she's able to transport back to the 1960s, where at first everything seems very normal, but then it turns weird. Now, I'm someone that absolutely loves Edgar Wright. Shaun of the Dead is one of my favourite films, and I was incredibly excited for this. But Last Night in Soho, to me, is Edgar Wright's weakest film. It's not to say that it isn't an amazing film to look at, and it isn't a very well-made film. This has fantastic cinematography from Chung Chung-hoon, who is best known for doing Old Boy, Stoker, It Chapter 1, and Lady Vengeance, and just their cinematography is absolutely beautiful. And this film is just fantastic to look at. The performances are great, but with me saying it's Edgar Wright's weakest film, is that I've always loved his slick editing that he has, and with this it does have that edit of someone walks in front of the camera and then it goes to the next shot. And you can tell it is an Edgar Wright film, especially down to soundtrack and some of the things that it does, but it just doesn't feel as slick as his previous films. But it isn't to say that this isn't a very well made film. The horror elements are brilliant, and there is one thing in here that I didn't expect Edgar Wright to do. It sort of has jump scares at points, and I've always thought that wasn't something that Edgar Wright would do, even though there is some little jump scares in some of his previous comedies, but this goes on for doing it 3 times in a row at one point, and it felt a bit too much. But it does have, like I said, brilliant performances, it looks amazing, and it does have a really great story. It's very obvious that Edgar Wright was inspired by films like Suspiria. That is incredibly obvious with this film, just down to the colours and the makeup and certain things that it does, but it just didn't blow me away as much as I hoped it had. It still is a pretty strong film from Edgar Wright, but it just has some elements that I think could have been explored even more, but the story is quite unique with the things that it does, and it does all wrap it up very, very well. But sadly, this only gets a 3.5 out of 5 from me. I do still recommend seeing it. I think it's a film that I'm definitely going to have to watch a second time, because I think I probably will enjoy it more a second time. But if you've seen Last Night in Soho, did you enjoy it? Do you think it's Edgar Wright's best or worst film? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you all again very, very soon. Goodbye.